So Darren and I like dream out loud and talk about like the future together about like how this is going to look and what the world will look like as it moves to being more sustainable. But to hear Chris talk about actually pulling these levers and sizing out how many gigawatts of solar it would take because a coal plant might run 24 hours, but if you've got
Right.
solar you need to have like 4x the capacity, to 4 or 5x to be able to just get the energy when the sun shines. It was fascinating to hear at the city level some movement happening around like feasibility and
Right.
and like putting some thought between and actually starting to make some changes and take some ideas and prototype them. Like they have some battery ideas that they're investing in at the city to try locally, and
We have floating
also
solar as well that we're
and
exploring.
the compost stuff that they're doing, and the city's giving out rain barrels, which I thought was like really unexpected and cool. So are you aware of any other like leaders like that in terms of Florida politics, like maybe at the city level, or are there any people that really stand out to you that you'd like to celebrate for their efforts?
Oh, I love that question. And it kind of, I think it amplifies a part of this conversation is also behavior changes, right? Because we can't convert to renewable energy unless we also just find ways to reduce our energy consumption. And and Chris will tell you all the time that some of the biggest energy users in Orlando are just the office buildings. And these office buildings are open, they have AC running 24/7. I mean, I live in a pretty old rental home in Thornton Park with my two roommates, and this house has no insulation, and so we're always struggling with our energy bill because of the fact that it's an older home that doesn't have all the best resources to maintain a decent climate within the home without pushing up that air conditioning or bringing in fans. And so I think that there's been so much effort and discussion and action taking place in our city around, what are the institutions that are using up the most energy and how can we change that? Even when it comes to your electric vehicles, like when do you charge your cars, right? And thinking about having more chargers at work in the sun so that you're not even having to charge your car at home to use up energy. Instead, you can do it in daylight, right? So there's a lot of great ideas already being discussed and piloted to try to just reduce that daily use of energy for individuals so that we can shift to solar and it's going to be enough, right? To match what the energy production is of a coal plant. Now, to that point of other, voices and leaders, another one of my really good colleagues in South Florida is Senator José Javier Rodriguez, or JJR as we call him. And he's been really big on just climate change in general. He wears boots, these rubber boots in the Florida legislature that say like act climate change on them. And his whole point is that, sea levels are rising and we're all gonna have to wear these boots if you don't get it together. And so he's been a really great advocate on this issue and is actually my Senate sponsor for the Renewable Energy Goals bill. I also think that St. Petersburg has been a city that's really tried to do more on this topic, and there's a lot of great environmentalists in St. Petersburg, and Mayor Rick Kreisman used to be a state lawmaker. He's pretty strong on these issues, and so I know that the activist community in St. Petersburg has been really pushing the city council to pursue different renewable energy goals and efficiency plans. Tallahassee, we've seen some movement. Tallahassee, especially with FSU and FAMU, and students seeking renewable energy goals for their universities and working together as two different Tallahassee-based universities to push their leadership and to push the city on taking advantage of this opportunity and pursuing these type of initiatives. So I'm super hopeful. I mean, even cities like Largo, which is, not the city you put on the map all the time for different issues, but Largo has renewable energy goals, So I think it's pretty cool how whether it's more conservative part of the state or liberal or folks that are of different age ranges, like this issue transcends all those lines. And so it's pretty cool to see the solidarity from coast to coast in leaders stepping up to make this reality. And of course, I want to give a shout out to all of our, young people and high school students. I mean, it's incredible to see the number of young folks that care about this, are talking about this, and are really being unapologetic in their stances. And I think it does inspire more people to kind of follow their lead.